Today we're talking about Ryman's Club, where salarymen play badminton? Damn, never thought that was how I would end that sentence. But anime proves me wrong. And before we get into Ryman's Club, I want to mention that I recently have made a Twitter account and I haven't really posted anything on it yet. Give it a follow if you're interested in following me on Twitter, and thank you for following me on Twitter if you do end up following me. That was a very awkward self-promotion plugin and I hated every second of it, so let's get back to the video. The first episode hooked me in through the entire ridiculous premise of salarymen playing badminton, two concepts that are wildly separate to me, and I cannot conceive as a North American how a stuffy sales company that only gives a shit about numbers and probably working every person to the bone for perfect results due to the consumerist expectation for constant new products would ever allow a badminton team to be a part of their company and that they would fund that. Like, the idea of company related work life and sports intertwining did not seem doable to me. I can see a person doing sports on their own with friends, neighbors, or people in their community, but at their jobs? What? So Ryman's Club already had my interest piqued by the mere premise of a show, and the first episode delivered everything I needed. We got a very relatable main character who has hit rock bottom and doesn't know what to do with his adult life. The fact his mom has a lizard taking up his room so he can't move back in with her, peak comedy. The convenient solution of a company taking interest in his badminton enough to hire him, sure. The entire setup of a gag where he walks into the office for the first time, another amazing comedic moment. This show just made me have loads of fun in the first episode. I would say the only issue I have with this show is that occasionally in more recent episodes the animation looks a bit wonky in some scenes, but due to the fact animators or like key animator drawers who are painstakingly drawing each in-between frame are probably being paid absolute shit and are being worked to death and unable to do anything but animate because of unrealistic deadlines, yeah, I can't complain about the animation because with the amount of time they were probably given to do this work, it was likely all they were able to put out. And I want to give them props because I absolutely hate playing badminton and it is personally not fun at all for me to play. Can you tell by this statement that my hand-eye coordination is shit? Yes you can. And this show got me, a person who dislikes badminton, to not hate how the characters playing badminton look. The birdie that you use in badminton flies super fast-paced back and forth across the court, which I appreciate, and the sound design is phenomenal. It gets the job done perfectly and truly makes you feel like you are sitting right there with the audience and watching people play badminton, because that is the exact same sound I have heard plenty of times when I watch family members play badminton. The main character of this show, Shiratori, is literally Kageyama's archetype combined with Akashi's ability from Kuroko no Basket, but a salaryman. By the Kageyama archetype, I mean the general anime guy trope who takes things super seriously and does not give a shit about anything other than the sport he plays. That is literally this character. The duo dynamic of Shiratori and Miyazumi is pretty hilarious so far. Of course, Blondie here has become my fave. He delivers a very certain himbo energy I love, sort of like a mesh between a goofball and a reliable senpai. Like a similar energy to Bokuro from Haikyuu, but a bit less loud and a bit more smooth and witty. Like, he has that con man vibe that from Mob Psycho, what was his name again? Reagan? I don't know how to pronounce his name. That guy, but without being a con man, like, he just delivers that chaotic energy we need in the show to lift up the protagonist to new heights. The plot isn't too complicated yet, and there hasn't been any moments where my jaw has dropped in surprise or anything, but it has only been 6 episodes, so I would say this is a solid casual show to watch if you want to, but it isn't anything life-changing in my personal opinion. It hasn't resonated to an extreme emotional depth for me personally, like Run with the Wind did, or Skate to Infinity, where I immediately like fell in love with the concept and like the themes of the show. I feel like this show is more of a casual watch for me personally, and maybe because a lot of the topics are salesman related and I just do not like the idea of being the person trying to market shit to people. Like, that sort of stuff makes me uncomfortable. I can't relate to the whole office work environment, nor does it get me like particularly emotional. It just reminds me of like why the hell I don't think I could handle handle doing any of this sort of work. I am curious from the more recent episodes, 5 and 6, what exactly is really going on with Miyazumi, because it feels like he isn't telling us something and that some serious shit might be happening like with him behind the scenes that we don't know about yet. So if that turns out to actually be a thing and like my hunch is correct and there's like more depth to what's going on, then perhaps I would give this show like higher ranking than I'm initially thinking. Like I'd be like, ooh, it has a little bit of more intrigue in it. But for now, it's more of just a fun, cute little badminton series if you just want to like have a good laugh and check it out. If it isn't your vibe, I totally understand, because I feel like it isn't super extremely captivating like Skate the Infinity was or Run with the Wind was for me in particular, but it's a fun watch if you just want to like chill and watch some sports anime and try it out. My first impression of it is it's pretty okay, and I'm excited to see where it goes. It's funny and has me laughing a lot. So that's all I really have to say about this show. Thank you for watching this video, and I will be talking once again into this microphone for the next one about some other anime topic that I randomly feel like talking about. See you next time, everyone.